Yes, guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, where it is time for match week 26 of the 2020-21 Premier League season now. Match week 25 ended last night with Leeds beating Southampton by 3-0. So let's have a look on how everyone has done for match week 25. I had a very good week. I had a better week than many that I have had recently. I had two perfect scores, including Fulham to beat Sheffield United 1-0 and West Ham to beat Tottenham by 2-1 as well. But that wasn't the best score in the comments. In the comments, the top scorer was BBL, Bluebird Legend, good friend of the show. He got 13 points, so very, very well done. I think, if I remember rightly, I think he got Aston Villa Leicester correct, West Ham Spurs correct, and also Fulham Sheffield United correct, and there was another one that I think there were more outcomes that he got. So very, very well done, Paul. You are the top scorer for the week. So match week 26, there are, wait for it, 17 fixtures. Yes, double match week, double game week, fantasy football, lots of points to play for. Hopefully we will have a good week. So yes, there are a lot of games to predict. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So the first game to preview and predict is a very interesting game, it has to be said. It is Manchester City against West Ham. And the last 5 meetings in the Premier League have resulted in 4 wins to Manchester City and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to Manchester City. Well, Manchester City, it was a good win against Arsenal. They kind of strolled through it, to be honest. I think you'd have to say that early goal, yes, they had a couple of more chances, but they kind of played past Arsenal, played their way through Arsenal. So it was a very, very good win in the end. They were always going to win again that game, I think. And I think that's now their 7th or 8th victory in a row against Arsenal, which is absolutely magnificent. I don't think anyone else has had a record like that. So very, very well done to Manchester City. West Ham, you're in the top 4. And it's thoroughly, thoroughly deserved. West Ham have been absolutely fantastic this season. And David Moyes has to take a lot of the credit, you'd have to say, because the way that West Ham have been playing, yes, he hasn't been backed in the summer, he hasn't been backed in January, but I can tell you something, that squad, he's managing to get the best out of, and Jesse Lingard looks like he's got a new lease of life as well. So West Ham are playing very, very well. This is a very tricky game. It was 1-1 earlier in the season, so that was a very good result for West Ham. If Antonio can, fire, if Jesse Lingard can fire, then who knows? But it's going to be a very tricky game to predict. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. I think it'll be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be anything like a 2-0, a 3-0, a 4-0 City. I think it will be a very close game, and I can see West Ham scoring. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City in this one. And now we have, it's a bit of a 6-pointer, this one, you'd have to say. It is West Brom against Brighton. Both of these sides on the back of very disappointing results, you would have to say. There's only been 3 fixtures in the Premier League era, and there has been 1 win to West Brom, 1 win to Brighton, and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to West Brom. Well, West Brom coming off the back of a 0-0 draw with Burnley. Semi Ajayi got sent off for basically palming the ball away. It was a red card. I think the Burnley player was about to obviously go in and score, and if he doesn't do that, he goes straight back to the goalkeeper. So yeah, definite red card for Semi Ajayi. But my goodness me, this is why West Brom are 19th in the Premier League. Can't finish, can't seem to score goals, and this is what has to happen. Is that West Brom, you have to improve your ways, and it has to start against the Brighton side. My goodness me, I've said I've lost count how many times I've said this in my videos this year. Brighton should have won that game. There is no denying that at all. It was a smash and grab victory for Crystal Palace. Yes, a very good finish from Benteke, but my goodness me, Brighton should have won that game. It was a smash and grab victory for Crystal Palace. They absolutely battered Palace. I mean, you know what? It's a very good win for Crystal Palace, you would have to say, but Brighton will be kicking themselves with that one. So, with that being said, I do remember Brighton, I think, drew or lost a game and then went on to win an away game. So, I'm going to go for them to win against West Brom. I think it'll be a close one again. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to the Seagulls in this one. I think it'll be a very good win for Brighton. In this one, Leeds United against Aston Villa is the next one. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 2 wins to Leeds, 2 draws and 1 win to Villa. The rest was a 0-0 draw between the sides, but this would have been in 2003-2004, the final season that Leeds United were in the Premier League. Until now, of course. But Leeds United, I have to say, a very, very good victory against Southampton. 3-0 victory as well. And what was the other score actually? Leeds. Oh yeah, they lost 1-0 to Wolves as well. Melee, unfortunate own goal, you would have to say. But yeah, Leeds a very good win against Southampton. Bamford is in very, very good form. Rafinha is in very, very good form as well. So this will be a good test for a Villa side. You know, it's a very, very interesting game. This one, Aston Villa are coming off the back of a 2-1 defeat to Leicester City, but they did miss Jack Grealish, you'd have to say. They definitely missed Jack Grealish, you would have to say. So hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully, you know, Villa will be back firing in all cylinders. But I don't know. I just think Villa have got more firepower with, you know, Ollie Watkins, with Bertrand Traore, with Trezeguet. But if they miss Grealish, and I think he makes them click. So without Grealish, do I see them winning this game? Yes, I do. Funnily enough, Aston Villa's away form has been very, very good. Leeds, you know, as I said, a very good win against Southampton last night. But Southampton are in free fall, you would have to say, for sure. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. I think Villa will win this one, and could be an interesting one. Could be a very interesting one for sure. And now we have Newcastle United against Wolves. And the last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 4 draws and 1 win to Wolves. The last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. In fact, I think 3 out of the last 5 meetings have ended 1-1. I could be wrong in that. But, yeah. So maybe don't expect many goals in this one. Newcastle United coming off the back of a 3-1 defeat to Manchester United. I have to say, in that game, Newcastle United were probably the better side for the first 60 minutes. They probably were, and then Manchester United, you know, took charge. But Newcastle had a lot of chances. St Maximum had a couple of chances. Joe Linton had a couple of chances. I think Shelvey put one well over the bar, and you know he could have maybe you know, curled it instead. But yeah, Newcastle, they will be definitely looking above their shoulders because Fulham, as I said, you know, they're only 3 points ahead of Fulham now. So every point counts now for Newcastle United. I really don't want to see the Geordies go down again. Honestly, we have to have Newcastle in the Premier League. Yes, I know that you'd have to say that Steve Bruce is not the best manager. And unfortunately, Mike Ashley is not the best owner. But Newcastle United is a big, big football club. So you don't want them to be in and around the relegation zone. Wolves coming off the back of a 1-0 win over Leeds United. Poor old Adama Traore. I thought Adama Traore was going to get the credit for that goal, and then it goes off Meli's back. So, you know, unfortunately it is an own goal, but it's a very good performance from Wolves, and they'll be hoping to, you know, get higher above the table. The fact that they're between 14th and 13th is very, very disappointing season so far for Wolves. But that's not been to their disadvantage as well. But as I said, 3 out of the last 5 meetings between Newcastle and Wolves have ended 1-1. Guess what my prediction is? I think this will be a draw. I'm going to go for a draw. Newcastle United 1, Wolves 1. Going to go for that as well. And now we have a London derby and a big, big game, this one. Crystal Palace against Fulham. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 3 wins to Palace, 1 draw and 1 win to Fulham. The last result was a 2-0 win to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, as I've said, a very good win against Brighton. Wow, quite unbelievable. It was, it was it was a very interesting game because they did take the lead. To be fair, Palace's 2 goals were fantastic, really, really well worked as well. Benteke again, the winner, I think is the biggest surprise of the season so far. But you know what, Crystal Palace was a very, very good win, and you'd have to say the way that they're playing right now. I think Roy Hodgson is on his way out though. I can definitely see something being in the pipeline there. I think Roy Hodgson will be on his way out. Despite that victory against Brighton, I do think he'll be on his way out. Fulham getting a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Good win in the end, Ademola Lookman. I think everyone probably would have predicted a 1-0 win, in all honesty. Fulham don't score enough goals, but they have got themselves in with a fighting chance now to get out of the relegation zone. They're doing what West Brom haven't been able to do, and that is win games get a 1-0 victory. But should Sheffield United have had a penalty? I will come on to Sheffield United very, very shortly. I will get on to that incident very, very shortly. So, for this game, I am going to go for another draw in this one. I can't really separate the two teams. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Crystal Palace and Fulham. Now, this game is on BBC One, I think. I think I've seen something about this being on BBC One. So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Leicester City against Arsenal now. The last 5 meetings in the Premier League. 3 wins to Leicester, 1 draw at the moment to Arsenal. Last result was a 2-0 win to Leicester City. Leicester City a very good 2-1 win over Aston Villa. It did come at a cost though. James Maddison did limp off with a hip injury. He won't be available for the Slavia Prague game. Could he be available for the Arsenal game? Could be interesting. Could be very, very interesting. But Harvey Barnes has just gone on another level right now. He is just on fire right now. He has managed to, I think that's now, he's into double figures, I think, for the season. But the one thing you'd have to say about Harvey Barnes last season, he was good in some games. His end product wasn't the best. So that's something you'd have to say. But I actually think Harvey Barnes is doing very, very well, and another 2 goals for him. It was very, very good for Leicester City. Arsenal 1-0 defeat to Manchester City. They never really laid a glove on City, did they? It was just one of those things, really. But Arsenal definitely they're in Athens against Benfica, so. Yeah, Leicester City being at home as well will be interesting. So, I'm going to go for a Leicester City win. I think Leicester City will win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Leicester City in this one. And now the game is Tottenham against Burnley. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League. 3 wins to Tottenham, 1 draw and 1 win to Burnley. Last result was a 5-0 win to Tottenham. I don't see that happening anyway. Tottenham, well, another defeat to West Ham. Jesse Lingard with the winning goal in the end. Lucas Moura getting the consolation for Tottenham, but this is the thing now. Tottenham are in a really, really bad run. I think they're only 2 points above Arsenal now. But this is mad, considering that Arsenal have had a very poor season. Tottenham were top in December, and look where they are now. I think they're 9th, or no, actually no. Arsenal are 11th now, and I think Leeds are 10th. So. Yeah, Tottenham are in definitely a bad run of form for sure. Burnley will be kicking themselves after a 0-0 draw with West Brom. They would be thinking how they didn't win that game, but to be fair, it is a point gained because West Brom were the better team, especially with 10 men. So that'll be something that Sean Dyche will be very, very angry about. But I don't know. I can see Tottenham getting a 1-0 win over Burnley. I think Tottenham win this one, 1-0. In this one. And now for me, the match of the weekend is Chelsea against Manchester United. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 3 draws and 2 wins to Manchester United. Last result was a 2-0 win to Manchester United. Well, Chelsea, very good win against Atletico Madrid. I could definitely say that. Wonderful goal from Olivier Giroud, overhead kick. But 1-1 draw with Southampton. Yeah, poor. Very poor performance from Chelsea. I honestly don't know what is going on at Chelsea. Yes, they've had a very good run, but against Southampton, they just were very, very poor, and it was a very poor performance from Chelsea. And what's this about Callum Hudson-Odoi getting subbed on and then subbed off? Like, we saw that with Duncan Ferguson, and that kind of put Moise Keane's confidence to shatters, and then he went off to PSG. You know what? I mean, Thomas Tuchel is the Chelsea manager, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Manchester United a 3-1 win over Newcastle United. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Dan James. Good to see him back on the score sheet as well. Dan James doing very, very well. This is a very tough one to call, but if Chelsea play like they did against Southampton, I can't see them winning this game. I honestly can't. Manchester United are a very, very dangerous side against anybody, really. But I'm going to say this, I can't see Chelsea winning this game. I could see Man United winning this game. I'm going Chelsea 1, Manchester United 2. I think Manchester United will win this one 2-1 against Chelsea. And now we have Sheffield United against Liverpool. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 draw. Last result was a 1-0 win to Liverpool. Now, Sheffield United, well, they did lose 1-0 to Fulham, but should they have had a penalty, Areola absolutely clatters Jayden Bogle. I mean, you know what? Anywhere else in the pitch, I think it's a free kick and it is a red card. The fact that it was in the penalty area, I don't even think it went to VAR either, but you know what? That to me was a red card because he catches him high. Jayden Bogle is through on goal. Areola comes out, completely misses the ball. You know what? It should have been a penalty. But Sheffield United, a very, very hard one to take for sure. Liverpool, well, where can we start with Liverpool? I mean, check out my video that I did what the problems are at Liverpool. We'll leave that in the eye as well. Very, very poor. Very, very poor performance from Liverpool against Everton. The fact that they didn't even turn up as well was the very disappointing thing as well. Jordan Henderson looks like he's out for the rest of the season as well. It's all doom and gloom at Liverpool, but I think they will win this game. Yeah, it's nice to be away from Anfield as well. I don't see it being a comfortable victory though, because Sheffield United always make it difficult for you. I'm going Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 1. I think it'll be a 1-0 win to Liverpool. I really do. So we'll see what happens. And the final game before the midweek games are Everton against Southampton. Last 5 meetings in the Premier League, 2 wins to Everton, 2 wins to Southampton, and 1 draw. Last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Everton, very good performance against Liverpool, you have to say. Thoroughly deserved. They get their first win at Anfield since 1999. Very, very good. Very, very good win for sure. They're back in front of their home. They're back at Goodison Park, and you know what? Their home form is really detrimenting them from being higher, in all honesty. So, interesting one. Southampton. Are Southampton in free fall? Are they in a relegation battle? Let me know in the comments, because they're not far off Fulham, and they're not far off Newcastle. I think it's 5 points now. So Southampton just need a win from somewhere. But do I see them getting against Everton? No, I honestly don't. I think Everton will get the win. I don't expect it to be a very comfortable game. I think both sides will cancel each other out. But I think Everton, with their firepower, will be a little bit too much for Southampton. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Everton. So, and now we have 7 midweek games as well. And the first one is Manchester City against Wolves. 2 wins to City, 1 draw, and 2 wins to Wolves, interestingly enough. The last result was a 2-0 win to Wolves. Well, Manchester City, they won 3-1 earlier in the game against Wolves earlier in the season. I would expect them to win this one. I think, Wolves have had a very poor season. And if Adama Traore can do what he did last season against Manchester City, then who knows? But I actually do think City will win this one. I think it'll be a 2-0 win. I think they'll get revenge over Wolves. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Manchester City. And now we have Burnley against Leicester. 1 win to Burnley, 1 draw, and Leicester City have 3 wins in the last 5 meetings. Last result was a 2-1 win to Burnley. Yeah, this is a very tricky one to call, actually. Burnley, we all expect them to do well at home, for sure. But Leicester City are a different animal away from home, you would have to say. They're definitely a much better side away from home. So, I don't expect it to be a comfortable win for either side, but I'm going to go for Leicester City to get the win in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Leicester City. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a Burnley 0, Leicester City 1 in that one. Sheffield United against Aston Villa. 2 wins to Villa, 2 draws, and 1 win to Sheffield United. Last result was a 2-0 win to Sheffield United. Yeah, I mean, Sheffield United got 2 home games against Liverpool and Aston Villa. Probably not the 2 you would want to play. I think Villa should win that one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Aston Villa in that one. Crystal Palace against Manchester United. 2 wins to Palace, 2 wins to Man United, and 1 draw. Last result was a 2-0 win to Manchester United. Yeah, that's another tricky game because Crystal Palace did go to Old Trafford and win again. Manchester United better away from home than I think they are at home. Anyway, I will say that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I think Man United will win that one again. And then we have Fulham against Tottenham. Last 5 in the Premier League. 4 wins to Spurs and 1 draw. Last result was a 2-1 win to Tottenham. This is a tricky one. This is a very tricky one to call because I was tempted by Fulham victory because of the way Spurs have been playing. But if they beat Burnley, that would give them a bit more confidence going forward. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Tottenham. I think Tottenham will win that one. But yeah, we'll see what happens. West Brom against Everton. 3 wins to Everton, 2 draws. Last meeting, 0-0 draw. I mean, have West Brom ever even won a game under Sam Allardyce? I mean, Sam Allardyce coming up against his former club, of course. But Everton, fantastic way from home. You know what? Fantastic way from home. I'm going to say Everton pip that by a 1-0. West Brom 0, Everton 1. And the final game to preview and predict for the Matchweek 26 is Liverpool against Chelsea. Last 5 in the Premier League, 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 draw. Last result was the cracking game, 5-3 to Liverpool. Liverpool 4 defeats in a row at Anfield. I hope it's not 5. Chelsea have a very dreadful record against Liverpool at Anfield. They've got a very poor record against Liverpool anyway. In the last 5 meetings. Yeah, I'm going to back Liverpool. I'm going to say that they win by 2-1 against Chelsea. I'm going to say they win 2-1 against Chelsea. So that is it. That is Matchweek 26 done and dusted. As I have said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and like Bluebird Legend, you will get a shout out in the next video. So my predictions are as follows. So we have Manchester City 2, West Ham 1, West Brom 0, Brighton 1, Leeds United 1, Aston Villa 2, Newcastle United 1, Wolves 1, Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1, Leicester City 2, Arsenal 0, Tottenham 1, Burnley 0, Chelsea 1, Manchester United 2, Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 1, Everton 1, Southampton 0. And then we move on to the midweek games. Manchester City 2, Wolves 0. Burnley 0, Leicester City 1. Sheffield United 0, Aston Villa 2. Crystal Palace 1, Manchester United 2. Fulham 1, Tottenham 2. West Brom 0, Everton 1. And Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. So that is it. That is the mammoth. That is Matchweek 26 done and dusted. As I have said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and we will see what happens in these games. Obviously, Chelsea, Manchester United is the game of the week for me. Very, very big game, that one. And yeah, I think Tuchel's got his first 2 big tests coming up against Manchester United and Liverpool, respectively, so should be a very interesting game for sure. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and yes, after this match week I will have the league table for you guys to look at as well, because we are coming up to the end of the month as well. Yes, I'm sorry I haven't actually managed to get the table out as often as I could, but there we go. There we go indeed. But enjoy your Premier League. Match week 26 should be a mammoth of a weekend. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.